Oops. Yeah, hello, everyone. Sorry for the many delays. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, probably not because I haven't mentioned it yet. I was supposed to mention it now, but Summer vacation has started, so a lot of places are closed, including food and beverage establishments. But more importantly, many of the locations where I normally stream at are also closed as well. So I spent the last hour trying to find a suitable location to stream at, and therefore it delayed by 1 hour and 10 minutes. So very sorry about that. Now that I found this place, it'll be a lot easier for me to stream in the following days, especially because like as summer vacation goes on, more people will be going back home. Unlike me, who has to stay on campus and work and stuff. So eventually, I'll have exclusive ownership over the space on campus. So that's how the situation is at the moment, and that's how things will be going forward. So yeah, let me just go right over to this shop. So anyway, what we'll be doing today is very simple. It's kind of mind-numbing, in fact. Oh, I don't want to buy crystals. I want to buy cards. But yeah, um, today's stream will be a bit chill. It's mainly about me talking about random stuff. I'll be reading chat a lot more as well. So if you're there, feel free to give me a message. Let me know you're here. I see a couple of people are already here, but since I can only see numbers, can't really see usernames of people, it's hard to know who exactly you are. And since today's stream is a bit more like something like 杂志单, it's kind of like just a talking stream. I'll be able to focus a lot on chat. Oh, hello. Rezlux OE from Twitch. I don't think I've seen you here before. Yeah, it's a first time chat. Hello, welcome. So yeah, today's stream is very straightforward. It's just buying packs. Because I haven't been playing too much Shadowverse recently. I've been very busy with my academics and stuff, and I even missed out completely of the Omen of Storms expansion. So you can see I still have like 81 pack tickets over here. So I'll be opening all of those. I already sparked Amy yesterday in yesterday's stream, and I'll also be opening around 150 Age of Paradise packs. I have 59 pack tickets here, and then I'll spending rupees until I hit 150 card pack points. And I haven't really targeted any legendaries, but let's see over here. I think the one most coveted is probably Ice Chill on the Stick, Ice Chill Lendrake or Ice Chill on the Stick. Not looks pretty cool as well. Not looks pretty cool. Laura is like, I mean, she looks nice, but I would rather have Yuzuki. I like Yuzuki more. So probably hoping to get Ice Chill on a Stick. And so Age of Paradise, probably, I like Resplendent Phoenix, but I'm not too sure if she actually has much use in the meta. I guess in UL, maybe Unlimited, there are still ruse stacks where you can play Resplendent Phoenix, and she looks okay. But I think the meme is Magna Zero, right? Playing for Gangnams, playing for mechas, trying to get max. Oh, and there's only 2 leaders. Okay, that's a bit disappointing. But I guess it's also because the the booster, the add-on expansion isn't here yet. So it makes sense that there are only 2 leaders for now. There'll probably be another 3 more later. And what the draw rates should be the same. Yeah, same as usual, 1.5% for legendaries, and the rest, yeah, so on and so forth. Anything about the leader cards, 0.03. Okay, so it's all very standard, but it's going to be a lot harder. Is it harder? No, it's not. It's gold. Yeah, so since Resplendent Phoenix is gold, I think it's going to be roughly the same percentage chance of getting Resplendent and Magna Zero. Because previously in the Dawn of Calamity expansion, Amy or Toa was a bronze leader card. So this was very hard to get. I opened, I think around 500 card packs, or 442. I opened, no, 342, or is it 400? I don't remember. I think I opened 342 card packs in the Dawn of Calamity expansion. Then I got something like one Milteo, two Ignis Dragons, or I think 3 or 4 Ignis Dragons, and no Amy, and I had to spark Amy at the end of the day because it's a bronze card and you can only get bronze in your first 7 cards. It's possible to draw a bronze kind of 8th card, so it's actually harder for a lower value card like Amy, Tour Guide, Leader card to actually drop rather than, let's say, a Milteo, which is a legendary, for example. So that's something that's very interesting about Shadowverse pools. And since normally the people who come here don't really play Shadowverse, that might be something you didn't know beforehand. But since you're a new viewer who just came by, just dropped by, you probably already knew about this because you probably came here from like the Shadowverse section of Twitch. So I think it's going to be very simple. We're just going to be drawing card packs and we'll be talking about plans and things like that. Most of the time, we will be like going through all of the cards, like just swiping through. But I don't think sometimes I may be skipping. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think there's a debate, right? Whether you actually like swipe it from left to right or right to left, or like press the skip button and things like that. I personally don't really have too much superstition. Sometimes I like to pretend that there is, by sometimes going backwards. Oh, it's all bronze and silvers. Maybe let's go from this side instead, and then you see you get a gold. Oh, so this is the nice way to pull cards and things like that. Oh, the Shenna, legendary in our 5th card pack. That's very early. It's not an animated card. And let's see, put one of the following cards in your hand. If 10 A-Light follows to destroy it, put all 3 in your hand instead. This looks like a very nice fit into my Puppet Portal deck. Reanimate. 0-1-2. What cards are 0-1-2? I guess Romia is 2 cost. Romia is 2 cost. Puppets will be 0 cost, of course, and then the special puppets will be like 1 cost. So that's interesting. I haven't been keeping up with the meta because I haven't had a chance to play. I wonder if this card is prevalent in the meta or not. I guess not, right? Because I remember. No, I wonder if you can hear this. Yeah, but what I heard from is that Rune and Shadow are like meta or something like that in the past SVGs. So wait, let me. Actually, it might be a bit soft. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Yep. Yeah, maybe that's a bit better. So yeah, I heard Rune is like meta again, which I don't really like. Because although Rune has very complicated effect cards, I feel like it's actually a lot more simpler to play Rune. It's like very no-brainer sometimes. I rather enjoy like Portal being meta or something like that. It's a bit more fun. Okay, nothing to see here. Nothing that catches my eye. Oh, that's shiny. I don't think I have that card yet. Perpetual Despair. I have a turn. If there are no allied followers that attack this turn, I don't really see what's the use of this card. Maybe it's just shiny. Down. Spectral Screams. Set another follower. If the enemy follower remove all of his attacks. This is actually nice. This is probably going to be very useful. Not just for the last words effects, but just any dispel I think can be very, very strong. I think I have this already. Wait, is this the one that I have, or is the one I have the old version of the card? Because in Omens of Storms, Omens of Shadows, a lot of the Omens from the previous expansion were given new cards, right? And I am not too sure if the lore of the Omens, because I was following the main story arc, the one with Yuan, with Urias, and all of them instead of the Omens, because it's really hard to find resources about the Omen lore. Like I'm in the Shadowverse Discord and they do discuss the lore, but it isn't really as there isn't a nice compilation of like the lore and like what. Oh, this is a very juicy pack. There isn't a very nice timeline of what's happening in that lore compared to in the main story arc, where there is the story mode, of course, and you can follow the story very easily. You can just go back and check it out if you miss something, and then you go to the Discord to find like some Easter eggs and things like that. But for the main story, you can easily find it within the game. As for omens, right, you need to like read the flavor text, and then Omen of Storms. You need to read like the flavor text and try to like piece together names and locations and background art and things like that, which is a bit more five hit and a lot more head canon, right? So it's hard to get a grasp of the story, which I can respect, but it's going to be interesting to like dig through the clues and to try and like solve the mysteries and things like that. But since the Discord doesn't have a nice summary of what they've found conclusive or inconclusive, it's hard for a player who joined Shadowverse after the first Omens expansion to actually get into the lore. Wings of Desire. Oh, there's somebody coming. I just keep quiet. Sorry. Yeah, I was muted. But yeah, I'm back. Double check all the schedules and everything. There's nothing supposed to be going on for today or tomorrow, so we don't actually have to move. It's just it's very annoying to have to find places with like consistent internet and like it's not too loud, so we can talk like this over here. Um, yeah, I guess pretty much what you can do about it. I'll try to find maybe more private places next time. But yeah, such is the life. Especially also because like this week, also technically for most of the people it's already summer vacation. There's still certain classes or certain modules that have their exams this week as well. So there's that. I guess we can just go on. So there's another one. Same name but different title. It's actually the same name. Oh, I remember this card from the one of the puzzles. Yeah, it's from the puzzles. One of the recent puzzles, the video and the previous stream that we did 2 days ago. Fictional Thief. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit on edge because it's not as I expected, but I don't think I have much choice. I don't think I have much choice, at least for the short term, right? Because we want to find a much better place. It's going to take a long time to relocate everything and stuff like that. So not much choice. Just have to bear with it for now, until next time, I guess. Yeah, some exciting news, I guess. I'm going to be trying to do this a bit more often, at least much more than before when the classes were still going on and such, of course. My part-time job as well, it's not going to be taking as many shifts. It's going to be changing into more of an internship kind of role. And the details for that I still don't know yet for now, so I can't determine a proper monthly schedule. But I will be trying to release schedules every week to try and make sure everything's on the same page and try to stick to them. Unlike today, for example, where things were delayed for over an hour, which is pretty unacceptable in my own book as well. So yeah, because especially also because like if if I leave or if I have to relocate, then obviously there'll be a blank screen and things like that. It'll be very boring as well. So a lot of people will leave, and it kind of defeats the purpose, right? To have something like that instead. I'll also be reviewing to see if like the audio is fine, see if everyone can hear properly. Because like yeah, all the setup and stuff is not with me. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. Exciting stuff. One of my friends made a new original music. It's a song. You will probably be able to listen to it in the next session, which is this Saturday. I think I scheduled it on Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday you will listen to some new original music. Not by me, but my friend. I'll need to edit it first to make it a bit more loopable, and then I'll probably be using it as an opening and things like that. So nothing catches my eye here. All I'm looking for is the leader. All of these shiny things don't really matter, especially since like it's already kind of past the meta. They probably aren't that useful. Getting a lot of RC in the bits. Seeing this card. After getting back here and getting back into gear, for I think it's been like 3 days since I had a pretty long break. I'll probably be pumping up the productivity from now on as well. Oh, Krampus. I wanted this card. I've been requiring this card for some time. but the productivity will probably be going up, probably be getting back into editing, probably going to be releasing a lot more video style stuff, and trying to make use of the time where I still can do these kinds of things as much as possible. I'll also be increasing amount of time I put into the other side projects. For example, the HoloDB project. If you're not aware, you can go to my link tree and then you'll be able to see the GitHub repo for that one, where I try to create basically a website. So it's going to be a database first. It's going to be a database of a complete database of like all of the music released that involve or are created by the members. But beyond that, I'm going to wrap it up in a web app. I'm going to host it as a website. And I'm also going to be trying to use some NLP AI to try and identify and create a pipeline to do it automatically in the future. So it's a step-by-step process. It's a very long journey ahead. I'm still at the database portion. I'm still trying to garner all of the data manually because especially for the older videos, right? Back when Whole Life was like still a budding agency, there weren't many professional releases. Like there wasn't a lot of formatting around, so it's a lot harder to oh, you see this guy again. It's a lot harder to automatically create a pipeline to automatically save all of the videos as they release into the database, because the titles weren't very standardized. The time lengths could vary greatly. Some of them could be like under a minute songs. Some of them could be like 5 minutes. Professional collaborations with companies and things like that. So it wasn't very standardized, and I have to actually manually collect all of the data beforehand, manually scout and obtain the data beforehand before using that data to train a simple algorithm to actually automate this pipeline for me in the future. I might be doing some sessions in the future to maybe talk exclusively and demonstrate some stuff about that, to maybe fundraise or try to gather helpers or try to gather other developers into the community to try and actually make this project a lot more feasible, because I've been working on it for I think months now and it's been progressing very, very slowly. Also because I'm also trying to do like for the members who have already left, so it's like you need to dig back into things that were purposely deleted and purposely privated, so you have to play archival or historian as well, which is a bit tough, especially when you're facing resistance from the company as well. So I have to tread a very fine line between providing service to the community but also not pissing off the big companies behind it, right? And I've already spoken to some of the managers and some of the moderators of the related communities, and so far it isn't going too well. But hopefully, as more physical, tangible effects of the project can be seen, rather than me just talking about words that may sound completely random to all of you right now, it will be it may be perceived as like a good thing for the community and things like that. So yeah, probably going to be spending more time on those community projects as well. In a turn, when this card is added to your hand, the deck changes cost of X and you reveal the X equals a random number between 2 and 10. Oh, I think I've seen this before. I think this is like I think Ignis used this as a meme in I think it was a Mac portal or something like that. But obviously it's just a meme because it's like a nice filler card, but it's very inflexible. It does look cool though. It does look cool. Oh, this one previously was a 3.77, which was whenever you spell boost reduced by 1. No, it's not. It's a 3.77 that after you played it, turn all of the spell boost cards in your deck to cost 0 base points instead. But now it's a bit different. Now it's changed the cost of all cards in your deck to 1. So it's a bit different now. It's a 9.99, so it's probably just a meme card. It's like a win condition meme card that doesn't really do good enough when the game really ends by turn 8, right? Moving on. And also, I think a lot of the promises that I tried to make in the previous video, like before the semester, I wanted to create a lot more clips. I wanted to edit a lot of highlights, but I haven't found the time to actually even go through realm. Yeah, that's nice. I haven't been able to actually go through the videos and do that. Even for like the Valorant stuff, I've started editing it, but because of some issues, like I think some of the video files were corrupted and I couldn't retain any of the audio. It made editing pretty tough as well, but that's just an excuse, I guess. I'll still try and get to it and release a proper video for that. Speaking of which, about like battle tournaments, besides the previous one where we got third place and get smashed by Smurfs, this time, in this time's vacation, I'm going to participate in a different one with roughly the same team. So we are basically all like golds and like silver, bronze per level, like pretty lousy tier players. And this time we're going to be playing in a larger tournament which has actual Radiant Immortal standard teams. So we are, instead of getting smacked by Smurfs, we're going to be rightfully smacked by better players instead. So that's probably going to be very funny, and we'll probably be trying to play for the memes instead of playing to win, because it's pretty hard to win when a tournament has like a team that entered VCT, and we are just like bronze, silver, trash, Prosperous Treasure Dragon, destroy enemy follower. Okay, this is immediately good already. 6 mana 5/5, destroy enemy follower. I think this can already see play, especially with a ward. So it has immediate impact, and it's a very enticing impact as well, especially if you guys can destroy amulets. In your turn, you 10, recover 2. So it becomes a 4 mana 5/5. Then it becomes very, very nice. It doesn't really synergize with anything special, any architect in the class, but it's still a pretty decent card. It's underwhelming for a legendary, but it's a decent card nonetheless. Sacred Ice Crusher, this was also in one of the puzzles to get the free leader. Hardened Torch, yeah, this was also there, I think. Yeah. No, it's like I really want to do more different types of stuff, like something more active or more engaging, like maybe FPS, or maybe something that has it's a bit more different, or maybe like skits or like produce cinematographic content and things like that. But yeah, it's hard. It's definitely not easy, especially when you have limited time. Most importantly, limited money, limited staff. The equipment is all not with me at the moment, so it's kind of tugging at heartstrings, Because it's like it feels like you can do it and you want to do it, but doing it will be a lot more effort than what it's worth with the current the current situations. And in a scenario where it's hard to even find a place to do this, to do like this, in peace without interruption, it's really hard enough to do that. It makes it so that whenever I do something like this, the content becomes something very, very safe or very, very flexible. Like for example, opening packs, which doesn't have as much excitement or as much hype, especially since the expansion has been out for like quite a long time and not spending real money or things like that. I'm a completely F2P player. So in these kinds of low stakes events, the overall, I guess, the ceiling of entertainment is probably not quite there. Sacred Book of Wisdom, I think this is pretty trash, to be honest. It's fun in some of the puzzles, some of the decks. It's hard to use. I don't really like it. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to try and change that as well. I'm trying to say a lot of hopefuls, right? I'm trying to set up a lot of goals so that I can bind myself to them to try and achieve them. Or I still can. But with work, the terms of my work and my roles and responsibilities is not very clearly defined yet. It's hard to actually say how likely achieving those goals will be at the current moment. But that is how things are. We can only hope. Alright. I guess another goal is also with chess. In this semester, I've been focusing a lot more on earning money, working a lot more part time, and getting a lot more jobs and stuff like that. So I haven't been playing a lot of chess. I haven't been studying a lot. I also haven't been competing in tournaments as much as my previous year. So I am going to try to like relearn all the foundations because I feel like that's a weakness of mine. I can play very strong at times, but I'm very inconsistent, and then I'll like just lose to somebody like 1,000 points lower than me for like no reason. I just completely flop and die. So I think that's because of my lack of foundations. Like, I don't think my fundamentals are very strong, mainly because like I learned the game by playing on the train when I was bored. So it's like I learned very specific knowledge or I gain insights into very specific types of positions rather than actual uh, concrete knowledge of like uh, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be trying to relearn the game by pretending I'm a completely new player with some insights to guide me on which path I should go, and to try and go through those basics together with everyone. Since most of the time, if you have time to be watching videos and things like that, you're probably more towards the beginner level of chess. So by exploring things together and learning how you can restart or start from scratch, it's probably going to be helpful to a lot of people. Well, that's what I hope. And also because I've also previously done a lot of projects with like chess communities online. So maybe this would be helpful to them as well as an educational kind of experience where we can all build a repertoire together, learn the end games together and things like that. So this is a very juicy pack. We have two legendaries over here. Cygames Inc is definitely a good card. Definitely a very strong card. Wilbur, I don't really play Haven because I feel like it's like Runecraft, right? It's like very complicated effects, but the playstyle is very boring. But it seems like this is a Ward Haven, which is I think is better than like Amulet Havens or like Banish Havens and things like that. So it's probably not bad. You definitely see play. Since if I do remember correctly, there are quite a few Ward synergies. It's just that Haven overall is not quite a good place because it's a bit too passive. Whereas Rune is like it's also boring. It also has a ton of effects, but it can actually kill you, right? That's the difference between Rune and Haven in the meta, I think, as far as I am aware of. Okay, I think it's the last one, right? Okay, the last pack for Omen of Storms, and then we can go on to the actual expansion. Come on. Come on. Okay, a little bit of silver. It's gonna be silver, gold, and legendary. Right? Okay. This is gonna be very anticlimactic, right? Open like 50 plus packs and it's like bronze, silver points. Yeah, this is just a trash pack. It's just a trash pack. So 93, let's just open a bit more until it's 100. Maybe like what, 7? 5, 6, 7. But to get a nicer number. haven't gotten any leader cards yet, but then again, it's just 0.03%. So they are supposed to get around, by opening 100 packs, you get 800 cards. And you're not supposed to get 24 leaders, but it can be simplified in that way. Ramya again, very nice. It's very nice. You're not supposed to get, you're not supposed to get 24 leaders because you're re-rolling the 0.03 over and over again. But it can be simplified in that sense. Like if you open 800 cards, if you see 800 cards as you see over here, you are likely to get, around 3 legendaries or something like that, 3 leaders or something like that. But because you can get this, you can re-roll and redraw the same cards over and over again, it's picking things a lot harder. I have seen a lot of duplicates already. Okay, that's fine. So no leader for Omen of Storms, but we'll try our luck with Age of Paradise over here and see how things go. Since I think these 2 leaders are actually pretty nice, I don't think it's worth to be to actually wait for the, what's it called, the add-on. It's not really worth waiting for the add-on, because after when you wait for the add-on, right, there will be 5 leader cards most of the time, 4 or 5 leader cards, right, which is very enticing. But because of the much more add-on cards that are added to the expansion, this animation is nice. I like this, like the tray at the back. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the background as well. This is something nice. I don't think I've seen this in other expansions before, but yeah. In the add-on, they add like a lot more cards, and there's like only a couple of leaders and a couple of legendaries, so the percentage chance of getting a leader from the 0.03 goes down to like a 0.005 or something like that, if I remember correctly. So it's a lot harder to get your leaders if you wait for the add-on. It's more likely that you get less duplicates, of course, because there are more cards in the pool. So overall, if let's say you are really an F2P player who is playing to get the most economic value out of the game, then you should wait for the add-on before pulling all your tickets at once or using your rupees. But if you're looking to get like specific leader, then and it's already there in the first part of the expansion, then make sure to take advantage of it and just try your luck at the gacha then before the add-on actually comes into play. Or you can also wait for the add-on to come out, then you compare the leaders, because there will be like a month period of time where you get to choose between pulling cards from the main or the first part of the expansion, and when you choose for the add-on plus, right? So you can pick which is like that's like the optimum time to get specific leaders for each part of the expansion, and then after the 1 month period or something like that, they'll be merged together as an entire complete expansion, and that's when it's going to be very hard to target your specific leaders. So here, nothing much going on. Age of Paradise is like, it's also like it's somewhat similar to Omens, right? Because it's not really directly tied in to like the Alira, not Alira, is it Alira? Yeah, I think Arisa. Alira is Warcraft. Arisa, Urias U1 kind of storyline. But it's hinted that it will be tied in the future. Maybe after the keeper of this world is determined, it will then afterwards tie back into the main storyline. So that's still kind of nice. But I hope that one day the Omen's storyline, like that arc, that part of the plot, can also be tied into like the in-game story mode as well, so that more casual story followers like me will be able to have a very definitive guide, a definitive compilation of what's going on, or what's the story actually about, and then we can actually get the hype as to why the Omen part of the lore is so much more popular compared to like the main part. Maybe the writing is better, or maybe because there's less writing. So maybe when there's less writing, the fans are able to, you know, um, hit canon more stuff, basically try and fill in their own ideas to write more ideas, so they'll find it more interesting since it's a lot more mysterious and there's like less confirmed information as compared to the main arc, which is like has to be very PC, so it has to be very sanitized, very basic, simple to follow, and it has to balance itself between like seven protagonists. Wait, how many classes are there? Like Forest, Dragon, Portal, Shadow, Rune, Haven, Blood. Is that seven? Eight. It should be eight. That's Portal. So it's eight. So it's like it's to balance itself among eight protagonists, and any writing is not going to be too smooth, especially when they have to create fights around it as well, to have a very feel good story. Very little real stakes involved, like this what we're doing right now. Very low stakes involved. So it's I think it's a lot very reasonable for a lot of people to find the Omens a lot more interesting than like the eight space traveler whatever interdimensional peoples that our main characters are instead. And I don't think that will actually change if they actually integrate the Omens into the main to the, like, the actual canon, right? I don't think that will really detract from the attractiveness and the the positive reception of the Omens. So it's just up to whether or not they think it's worth to actually spend time to design these mechanics, and to release them, uh, because they also have to make sure that it's not too confusing. Like if they're branching storylines, how are they going to handle it? Are they going to create a new button, a new section to separate them, or are they going to bring it all together one day? And if they're going to bring it all together one day, would it be better to separate it now or separate it in the future, or maybe don't separate it at all, just to hint that it's together, but then it's going to be very confusing when things cross. So there's a lot of things that the developers have to consider. And if they finish this timeline, then they go back to the Omens, it might be a little bit more boring for the people uh, who are already very knowledgeable about the Omens lore, right? Because they are already essentially repeating what they already know. So this is nice. This is one of the people in the thumbnail. Unfortunately, I think I covered her with the words, the text, because she's dead center. As expected of a dragon card, always covered. Oh. Don't really know what. Oh, this is paradise. Okay, makes sense. I think it's our first legendary for this expansion, or maybe second, first or second. But again, we can see that we aren't getting that much luck here compared to the previous one, especially in the Omens of Storms expansion. We got a lot of legendaries, no leaders, but a lot of legendaries. So hopefully, this time, we won't get a lot of legendaries, but if we do, hopefully they are leaders, because that's what I'm here for, to be honest. Since I haven't been playing that much legendaries and competitive cards, I have plenty of vials to actually like file them, so I don't really need those specific legendaries. But leaders, those are things that can't really craft, or you have to spark them. So hopefully that comes out instead. Because otherwise, right, we're seeing actually very low average quality of cards. I haven't been paying attention to every card, of course, because I'm really looking for those leaders. But the general impression that I'm receiving by opening all these cards is that there are a lot of bronze and silvers, even golds. Like there are very little gold. You can see all of these all bronze and silvers. Pretty bad luck at the moment. Oh, I guess we should always complain, right? Once you complain, they can feel it. Purgatory in. At the end of the turn, put one barrel right. Barrel right. I don't think this is very useful. 757 is a bit. It looks very cool, but it doesn't look good enough. It doesn't look good enough. The effects are kind of meh. It's gonna be really funny if like it's actual meta. It's actually a super meta card, but I don't think it is. It costs too much and it does too little. It's like a comeback mechanic kind of card that you can sort of cheat out into your hand. You can tutor it out into your hand by using Burial Right twice, which is fair. You can do it using like Bone Maven or something like that to Burial Right, draw cards, heal +1 defense to your leader. But even after getting into your hand, it only does 3 to a random enemy minion, and then after you play it, it has to be a comeback card. But if it's a comeback card, it's hard for you to be willing to pay 7 pay points to deal only 5 to everything. So it's like, it's very risky for sure. It's definitely very, very, it's going to be not, it's going to be very hard for you to squeeze it into your deck, even if you really, really like the aesthetics, right? Even if you do put it, it's probably just a one-off that you will tutor out when you need it, but otherwise you just hope it never gets in your hand because it's going to be a brick. It's going to be a very, very large brick. Okay, yeah. Pretty low average quality of cards, or silver and bronzes. Nothing new here as well. More bronze and silvers. You know what? I think it's time to skip. Yeah, nothing much. Like those few gold cards that we saw, those are pretty much the creme de la creme of the entire 10 packs. It's kind of disappointing. Yeah, lots of golds, lots of bronze, and lots of silvers. Okay, finish the tickets. Then we'll be starting to pull rupees instead. I think I can skip this as well. Yeah, okay, actually a lot more gold this time. A lot more gold. Especially I think this is only like 9 packs, right, compared to the previous 10 packs. So that's like a lot more value in these 9 packs instead. So I think maybe you should start skipping from now on, because it seems like that's doing a lot better. That's just yeah, that's 10 packs. Let's skip this. See if it does better. Oh. Wait, Vena Saber. Oh, this is one of the Gundams. This is one of the Gundams, but it's not the leader because the leader is Magna Zero. Festive followers. Festive. What's festive? Festive followers are originally controlled by going less. When this follower becomes miserable, deal 6 to all enemy followers and deal 3 to the enemy leader. Whenever this follower returns to play, it's transferred into a Magna Saber. I think this is actually really nice. This is actually a really good card, I think. Or trait. The trait is festive. And this is actually very interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, I like this. Well, this is a lot better. After we skip, we managed to get 4 legendaries instead. I guess this is a win for Skip Gang. Bastion of Seasons. Whenever we play a card, it's the 4th card. Form play 1/1. Comes into play games plus X plus Y. Current turn number. This feels kind of iffy, but whenever it's a leader effect, I think it's going to be worth playing. But I think Forest is going to be meta just because of that. It's not a cornerstone card. It's like a little bit of oomph. Like it's a little bit of increasing power level kind of card. Oh, this card, Disco Blood. Okay. It seems like we've got a bit of our luck back. Maybe let's try to open the packs manually again. It's just really how things are going to be. Is swipe really inferior to skip? Every time I swipe, I keep getting like bronze and silvers. Is skip really the way to go? Is skip really the way to go? I'll go until 5. Is skip really the way to go? It really seems like that's the case right now. Yeah, skip is the way to go. Yeah. Whenever an artifact due to the random enemy followers is like nice to have, but it's not really that efficient of a card. It seems like skip is really the way to go. It's a bit sad because that means I'll be spending less time talking, but that really does seem the way to go. You see, every time I skip, I get legendaries. Another Draconic God Queen, Arctic Chimera. Oh, right, yeah, I think Dirt Root is like kind of meta. See, summon 2 and gain Storm. It's like, it can kill you as well. It doesn't just, it's like very one-sided, but it can kill you. Unlike Haven, which like just stays alive until you can't kill him anymore and then they kill you. Oh wait, I accidentally pressed it. Never mind. I just open like one pack. And if it's all bronze and silver, so I just skip. Okay, there's a gold. There's a gold. So we can keep going on. Okay, it's skip time. Okay, so skip also doesn't really do too well. It's also only like gold and silvers and bronzes. Lots of bronzes. Oh, it's going to be 100 soon. Let me just open one pack. Yeah, so actually something very funny, not really funny, it's kind of interesting because here in Southeast Asia, Shadowverse is like it's like fine, like it's very popular in Japan, obviously. But other than that, it's like not really that big of a game, except with maybe the US. I know Igni is Singaporean, so it has some presence in SEA. I think most players here actually play Genshin instead. I guess that's fine. That's true for the rest of the world as well, besides maybe Japan. Um, but because of how the game is evolving, and after you play up to a certain level, there isn't really much gacha for you to do anymore because it's like a progression style gacha, right? So after you get all the characters, there's no real point for you to keep grinding, and it's harder and harder for you to grind. So some of my gacha friends have actually started moving over to Shadowverse to play gacha instead. Although it's supposed to be a strategy game. It's supposed to be like TCG. Supposed to be it's like strategy, but as you all know, as with any side game production, whether it be Shadowverse or Uma Musume, it's all going to be gacha at the end of the day. So let's open another 50 more to see if we can get another leader. I don't think I'm going to be opening a full 300, but I'm going to be trying to open over and over again until I get leader. It might be wishful thinking. Oh, this is terrible. All gold and silver and bronze. It might be wishful thinking, but I will open at least 150, and if I don't get anything, then I'll keep opening until I get a leader, which it looks like is going to be 400. I'm going to be losing another rupees. Only one legendary. Okay, this isn't looking too good. Very few golds, one legendary, a lot of silvers and bronzes. I'm going to be opening at least 150, so I think I can skip one. I think I can skip for now, and I immediately get 4, including 3 new ones. 3 legendaries. This is interesting. If all other, at least for the cards okay, this turn banish all other followers to X random. First card follows a different cost from the deck to play X equals the numbers of followers banished. This is actually very interesting. Transform to enemy foes with fairies. The evolve effect is very nice as well. Transform is always very, very strong. This is a good card, definitely a very good card. Glittering Gold. This is like festive. I don't really know I don't really get the festive trick. Show cards your hand. This is like meme card kind of. Or maybe it's for UL Unlimited. Okay, nothing special here. I'm going to be opening at least 150, so I'm going to skip until 150. Then I'm going to be opening the packs one by one to see if I get only like 10 by 10, like 10 packs by 10 packs to see if we get a leader that way. Okay, this is all very trash. Looks like the luck isn't too favorable. Luck isn't too favorable for this expansion. And there's also add-on as well, right? So, oh, Magna Saber. Is that a sign for things to come? Very first card of the individually open. Like the first card of Swipe Gang is a legendary card. Very cool Gundam. Very, very cool. Okay, back to bronze and silvers, I guess. There's also the add-on, right? So if I spend all my rupees now as an F2P player, I'm not going to have any cards of the add-on. And I think most of the free pack events are going to be over by now. And if I save my tickets until the add-on after like today's stream, I'll probably only have around 20 to 30 tickets maybe at most, depending on the amount of events that Shadowverse decides to hold. Shadowverse is actually pretty generous with these events, so I do expect at least 10 card pack tickets once the add-on is released. And there'll also be like 2 card packs for every like 30 days that you play the game. Like every month, they give you 2 free card packs every month. And then there's also like events where you play against other players and things like that, where you can get lucky, and there's like Grand Prix as well. So many different options that are provided. Actually, many different options that they're provided, so don't have to worry too much about that. So I guess that's also why a lot of people choose to switch over here. Going to 400 is a bit too much because I already went to 400 for Amy, so I don't want to go to 400 for like what? Oops, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. But I don't think I want to go to 400 for Magna Zero and Resplendent Phoenix. And these are cards I like, but not that much. Not that much. Maybe until 200. It's coming very soon though, 200. It's not as many as it feels. Oh. Every time I set a limit, there is temptation. There is temptation. Oh, there's a lot of temptation for me to go on. A lot of banish effects. And it's like banishing your own resources. It's kind of interesting. It's like a balance. It sort of enables like a lot of cheap useless cards and a lot of cycle. And you put in one of these cards like it replaces your own resources with like higher value resources when you get to the late game kind of deal. Which is definitely a viable game plan. It's just how strong are these replacements, right? And whether you can get them out in time if you're going for such a counter synergistic plan. Anti-synergistic, I guess is the better word. Oh, another one. I think we got 3 of these already. I like this. It feels like especially these 10 packs, the quality is definitely much higher. As soon as I said I get a packet full of bronze and silvers, but it definitely feels much higher than before. Okay, it doesn't feel as high as before right now. Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel as high as before. Okay, nice. I'm satisfied with a sign of increase like this, slowly increasing. Like adds a couple of animated cards, a couple of shinies, you know, slowly bring it up. Don't have to go back down. Okay, we stabilize a bit, or slowly, steady going up. Yes, that's nice. This is cool. Moving struggle. Q1, Q4. I see. 461. Okay, this is like negligible. It's like a nice to have, but it's not really synergistic. It might be interesting if you was deal one to your own leader instead, because then you can trigger the wrath a lot more quicker. And you can also like create synergies where if your leader was damaged previous turn, then do something. But maybe it's because that might be a bit too overpowered, so they didn't do that. We have like 5 of these, I think. What is it, 190? My rupees can only bear so much. Prospect Dragon, 7/7. This is a bit too heavy, I think. 8/7/7 is like too much. The effect is nice. It's definitely a solid effect for the price, but it's just too heavy. It's just too heavy. Especially when the game, I think it still ends on turn 8, right? So it's not really that useful to have a powerful board clear that doesn't do much else on turn 8. Yes, normally if you really have, admittedly it's dragon, right? So they can like ramp, but still gaining MP play point at 8 play points minimum is pretty much useless. Nice, Arctic Humor. Oh, a lot of I think it's like what, three legendaries. Yeah, 3 from these 10 packs. But still no Magna Zero, still no Thunder Phoenix. We already have 200. We already have 200. You know what? Let's go for 250. Let's go for 250. It's hard to stop, especially when like the last 10 pack is like such a nice pack. Right? So many gold, so many legendaries. It's hard to stop. Tamaranai, Tamaranai. Okay. See, like, this one is also pretty decent quality as well. Bunch of like gold, bunch of golds. You can see animated silvers. It's hard to just stop. There's always that lingering hope. 3 out of 8 cards are animated. It's like gold spreaded all around. It's very tempting. When you see a setback like this, most likely the next one is going to be a lot nicer, right? Yeah, it's like 2 rolls. Okay. Another Arctic Chimera. We have like over 3 already, I think. Another one. Is this animated? No, it's not. But we have like 4 already. It feels that way, you know. It's always like whenever you try and pull for a specific thing, you always never get it. You never get what you want. And you get lots of repeated high value cards that you don't really need. Although admittedly this time Magna Sabers are pretty cool, right? So it's like you don't mind having it. But it's a card that needs it needs a set to work around with. It's a very synergistic card. And getting like 5 of the same cards doesn't really help that much. It's like just vials at this point. And it's not even animated. But of course, we can't be so negative, I guess. Try and still hope that we get our goal for today. Things are not looking very good. But hopefully it will end on a high note. We can only say that this is the build-up. All of these bronze and silvers, they're all build-ups. We have to believe. The hopium, the copium, whatever you inhale. Believe that all of these bronzes and silvers are just sacrifices, right? All the rupees they sacrifice. Oh, there's another one. But I think we have 3 of those as well. It's all sacrifices, all sacrifices. There is still hope. 30 more. There is still hope. After this, I'm probably going to have to stockpile a bunch of rupees again. You again. Story of a lifetime? Show me a story of a lifetime. I need a dream come true as well. I need some angel's blessing. Yes, please. Yes, I do need a dream come true. What are all of these 8 cards tempting me? Merciless Voiding. Okay, is that the message that you want to send? Merciless Voiding. Animated as well. Is that telling me to not have any hope? That there's no hope left? So I shouldn't be wasting all of these rupees for cards that I already have. Instead of pursuing a leader, I should be saving these rupees. Is that what the game is trying to tell me? And while that's probably the wise thing to do, you never stop. Just because you know it's the wise thing to do doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to believe in the power. Believe in the heart of the cards. Believe that this is all just a test for your patience. Wait, is it lagging? Oh, I didn't open the card, I didn't realize. Akatsuki, I cannot tell it in. I don't think I have this yet. Yeah, just believe in the heart of the cards. Believe in the heart of the cards. That this is all a test of patience and fortitude and your willingness to devote all your rupees into whatever they. Oops. Did that show up on stream? I hope that didn't show up on stream. Basically, you heard the sound, right? Like that's a notification from one of my coworkers. I hope that didn't show up on stream. It might be somewhat bad if that did. I think only the sound showed up. Yeah, I thought I already closed the app, But it turns out, I guess, I didn't quit the application. Yeah, it looks like it didn't show on stream. Okay, that's good. There was some workplace information there that I shouldn't show. But luckily, just the notification sound, so that's alright. It's a public holiday, but I guess work has to go on. Work never stops. The world never stops, even if it's a public holiday. Happy Hari Raya. Yeah. Kuyashi. 240. Last 10 packs. Let's go. After this, we stop. I only have like what? How long has it been since I've had lesser than 10,000 rupees? It's gonna take a long time to stockpile these up again. This is economically a terrible decision. Arctic Chimera, thanks for consoling me, but I already have more than 3 of you. I can't add more than 3 of you into a deck. So, Magna Zero and Resplendent Phoenix, I would really appreciate. Boomerang Sister, I thought it was Resplendent Phoenix for a moment there. But it's tempting me with these gold cards at the end. Like, just a little bit of gold. Shing. Just tempt you. Is it? It's not a dream come true, unfortunately. Let's go. 3 more. No. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 more, sorry. Now it's 3 more. This, this. Okay, is this how you want to play the game? Are the last 3 card packs really going to be filled with bronze and silvers? Come on. Is this really how it's going to go? It's going to be very sad if this is the case. I already know it. It's going to be a silver. Like this is the pattern, right? It's the last 3 packs. We've opened 250 packs. But it's going to be all just silvers and bronzes. I knew it. Called it. Yeah. You know what? It's time to stop. 250. I guess it's just not fate. It's not fated to be. And it's around 4 p.m. GMT plus 8. So I think this is actually a nice place to stop. Unfortunately, we didn't really get too lucky with our draws today. Let's take a look at our spoils. Paradise and Storms. Let's look at legendaries, I guess. So these are our spoils of war. I think it's decent. It's not great. We didn't get a single animated card. We did get alternate art though. We did get this alternate art, which is cool. But other than that, we got 3, we got 3, we got 3. Shenna, Kimitsu. Oh, we got one. This one is animated. That's cool. We got 1 animated and 1 alternate card. But I think it's not really satisfactory, but at this point, we can't really do much about it. So yeah, I think I'll end this session here. I will see all of you this Saturday. Unless I have the time in between to progress significant enough to produce some tangible results I can show all of you. So yeah, I think that's all for today. Bye bye. I think yeah. Oops.